As you inevitably start tackling bigger, multi-step projects, you've got to make a choice about how much freedom you actually give Claude.
Wow. You essentially become this ultimate AI boss, just delegating tasks left and right.
So how in the world do we solve this memory limit issue? Well, you use a pipeline approach. Instead of forcing one single AI to juggle everything in one chat, you use an agent framework.
All right.
Welcome to The Explainer. So look, if you've been following the AI space at all lately, you already know things are moving at absolutely breakneck speed. But today we're looking at something that honestly, fundamentally rewrites the whole playbook. We are talking about the AI agent revolution, and we're zeroing in specifically on Claude Code. We're going to explore exactly how this tool actually works under the hood and why it's poised to literally transform how we work, scale our businesses, and just automate our day-to-day lives. All right, let's just dive right in. Okay, so for the past couple of years, our interactions with AI have basically been stuck in the browser. You open a tab, you type out a prompt, the AI spits something back. You know, it's kind of like texting a really smart friend. They give great advice, but they can't actually do the work for you. Well, Claude Code shifts this paradigm entirely. Instead of a browser tab, we're talking about a terminal-based agent that actually lives inside your machine. So rather than texting that smart friend, it's like they've literally pulled up a chair, sat down right at your desk, and you've just handed them the keyboard. Total game changer.
Section 1. The AI Agent Revolution.
So we are way past just asking an AI to write a quick snippet of text for us to copy and paste. Now the AI is orchestrating and executing the actual work. And the environment where all this magic goes down, it's called an IDE, or an Integrated Development Environment. Now, if you're not super technical, don't worry. Just think of tools like VS Code or Google's anti-gravity. Basically, an IDE puts everything you need into one clean, unified window. You've got your File Explorer on the left side of the screen, your text editor right in the middle, and your AI chat widget sitting there on the right. It gives Claude Code a cozy visual home, and it lets you watch the AI create and modify your files live, literally right in front of your eyes.
To really grasp the immediate, raw power of giving an AI direct access to your local files through what's called co-work mode, let's look at this real-world example. It's wild. One user just dumped all their messy business credit card statements and receipts into a single folder. They didn't sort anything. They just asked Claude Code to organize it, categorize it, and build a spreadsheet. That is a grueling, mind-numbing administrative task that historically took them 10 solid hours of manual labor. Claude finished it in 1 hour. Just 1 hour. I mean, think about that massive return on your time.
Section 2.
Context is king.
Now, as powerful as this tool absolutely is, we have to remember something. A blank slate AI cannot perform miracles. It really needs to deeply understand your specific business to give you that high-quality, tailored output. It's kind of like, well, imagine hiring a brilliant new employee. On day one, if you just throw a bunch of random tasks at them without any training, the work is going to be painfully generic, right? Because they don't know your brand voice, they don't know your tech stack. Claude's code is exactly the same way. It needs an onboarding document to read before you even type your very first message, just so it shows up to work already fully briefed and ready to go.
And that automated onboarding document, it's called a Claude.md file. And what I found totally fascinating about this is that it actually operates on 3 distinct layers. So first up is the global layer. This applies to literally every project you do. It's got your core identity, your background, your general communication style. Then second, you have the project layer. This one lives inside specific folders and dictates things like design rules or code architecture for just that one specific project. And finally, there's a private layer. This is for your own personal notes that you definitely don't want collaborators to see. So every single time you start a session, Claude automatically merges these 3 layers. Boom, total context before you even say hello.
Section 3. Automating workflows with skills.
Okay, so now that your AI is fully onboarded and knows who you are, how do we actually transition to executing repeatable daily operations? The really vital question here becomes, how do you automate tasks without having to type out some massive, complicated prompt explaining the process over and over and over again? Well, the solution is a super cool feature called skills. You can basically think of a skill as a standard operating procedure, an SOP, but for your AI. It's essentially a saved set of instructions that the AI can just run instantly, right on command.
Now, as you're setting this up, you're going to hear two terms thrown around a lot: skills and MCPs. Let's break that down real quick. MCPs, or Model Context Protocols, are live connections to external apps. They're great, they handle complex logins, but man, they're heavy. A single MCP might eat up 7,000 tokens of your AI's memory just sitting there idling. Skills, on the other hand, are these really lightweight text files making direct API calls. You could have, say, 24 skills installed, and they might only use like 400 tokens total. So the golden rule here? Always use skills whenever possible. You really want to keep your AI's memory lean and lightning fast.
And when you start utilizing these skills, for instance, you could use a skill to drop a raw transcript from a client discovery call into a folder, and Claude automatically generates a beautiful, full client proposal. Or you can trigger a skill to scrape leads and automate your entire cold email campaign. You can hook it up to an API like Nano Banana to just auto-generate YouTube thumbnails. You can even set up what are called routines. So picture this. Every night at 9 p.m. while your laptop is closed and you're watching TV, Claude is reviewing your code and fixing bugs. It is genuinely mind-blowing what you can do here.
Section 4. Building your AI team.
In plan mode, Claude acts a lot like an architect. It draws up a complete blueprint of all the files and changes it intends to make, and then it literally waits for your approval. This is absolutely perfect for complex projects. Why? Because changing a blueprint is free, but tearing down a poorly built digital wall later? Super expensive. On the flip side, though, you have bypass permissions mode. Now, this is dangerously fast. It skips all the approval prompts entirely. You only, and I mean literally only, want to use this when you heavily trust the workflow and you have rock-solid backups ready to go. But what's really amazing to realize through all of this is how we have to manage the AI's limits. Specifically, this giant number, 200,000. That is Claude's current token context limit. Think of it as the AI's short-term working memory. As you chat, generate files, run commands, this bucket fills up. Once it hits around 80% full, Claude is forced to compact its memory. That basically means it summarizes the conversation and starts losing crucial granular details. So if you try to build an entire website and run a complex email campaign in the exact same chat session, the AI is going to get confused and start degrading in quality.
Your main session acts as the orchestrator. When it gets a massive task, it simply spins up specialized sub-agents. It tells a researcher agent to go find blog topics, then a totally separate writer agent drafts the content, a validator agent checks the work, and a fixer agent goes in to resolve any bugs. And here's the kicker. Because each of these sub-agents gets a brand new, completely empty context window, they are operating at 100% maximum intelligence without ever hitting that 200,000 token wall. Brilliant, right?
Section 5. The AI First Paradigm Shift. When we take a step back and really look at the actual tangible outcomes of adopting this kind of architecture, it's just wild. With Claude Code's project organization, you can comfortably run 3 completely separate project sessions simultaneously right on your screen. You've got routines working in the cloud while you're literally fast asleep. You are effectively taking a one-person solo operation and scaling it up to a 10-person output. Why? Because you are successfully automating up to 80% of your routine business administration. You're just not doing the manual grunt work anymore. You are managing the systems that do it for you.
I want to leave you with a final, kind of provocative thought to chew on today. As these AI agents become increasingly capable of full multi-step orchestration, we really have to rethink everything. In an AI-first world, why would a business hire a human to do repetitive digital labor before first asking if an AI agent can do it faster, cheaper, and more accurately? It's a huge question, and quite frankly, it's the question that is going to entirely redefine the future of work. Anyway, that wraps up our explainer for today. I really hope this gave you a powerful new framework for how you view and leverage AI. Keep building, keep experimenting, and we'll see you in the next one.